Alright, and I'm back with another review for you guys, and this time we got the Marvel Legends Superior Spider-Man, celebrating 85 years. I'm just gonna say he looks really good in package. I can't see any issues from the outside, but we'll know once you get in. Ooh. And it's got this newer style of packaging, which I like personally, but you got this really cool image on the side, and then it's the same image on the back. No bio, which kind of lame. To my understanding, essentially this is Peter Parker, but with Otto Octavius' consciousness, essentially. So it's Doc Ock in Spider-Man's body, if you didn't know that. Yeah, nothing too crazy on the bottom. Let's go ahead and get him open. Is the figure in good shape? Does the figure function as intended? Everything that's included with the figure, plus scaling, and then just my final thoughts. Usually a little pose at the end when I'm talking about it too, unless I forget. And here he is at a package, and this figure in good shape. As far as I can tell, the only kind of paint issue that I found so far is like right here on the toe, and it's not. I just don't care. It's not a big deal. You can see that there is a little bit of gappiness to his waist, but that's not really itself a big issue either. One thing I am noticing though, with a lot of Marvel, like the newer Marvel Legends, is just the thigh swivel in general. The Luke Cage has kind of a gappy, like it didn't pop off, but like the thigh joint right here is kind of loose, or like the thigh swivel joint. If you guys saw my scar review, the legs kept popping off, which really not that big of an issue, but it's becoming kind of a reoccurring theme, and I have a bad feeling that's going to be a thing for a while until they address it or fix it. But aside from that, I would say he's in good shape. But let's go ahead and get into his articulation, or does the figure function as intended? And we'll start out with the head. I think he could look up a little bit more, honestly, for being a Spider-Man figure, but that's not bad. He's got a really good, like, brooding look down face. I will want to say, just straight up, I don't really care for this head. I don't think it looks bad. I just don't really like the reflected mirror eyes, like, of a city or whatever it's supposed to be. Like, it looks cool. It's just not my thing. Let's see. Oh, he gets over T-pose, actually. Maybe this armor's just tight. Yeah. No, it's just tight. So he gets a little over a T-pose. That's cool. He does have butterfly. It's not the best, especially going back, but going forward, get some decent movement out of it. He does have bicep swivel, of course. And let's see if it's a little bit better. Now, whichever way you go, that's about the bend of his arm, which is not bad at all. Nothing to complain about. And then wrist goes in. What's that? Let me see. I don't know if that's necessarily hindering it. This little piece right here may be hindering it from going up, but you don't really need it to go much up with the fisted hands. But he does get a really good bend forward, even though it's just a singular torso joint. Actually, let's leave these up. And then he goes really far back. Like his back is broken. And we will come to some, it's not really that big of an issue, and it kind of fixes itself as you go, but it could also affect things negatively later. But he also has a thigh, or not thigh, but a waist swivel, which is good. So here's just this regular kick, which nothing special, but he does have drop down, so it does get up a little higher, which is good. And then almost a perfect split. Even if you engage the drop down, it really doesn't go much farther than that, but that's a good split. And then you can see, yeah, he's got that drop down, like for sure. That's cool. It's good to see. But yeah, that's why thigh swivel. I can't talk. Sorry, I'm getting tired. I'm really trying to get this done before I have to go to bed. I did a poll on TikTok, and this is what people voted for, and I was waiting for my phone to charge, and I was also waiting for a package to come, which, by the way, I got the SH Figuarts Griffith, little present to myself. But yeah, he's got a pretty good leg bend. Not bad at all. And then you got, it's a Spider-Man. You got some calf swivel. Really good bend down. Pretty good bend up. Oh, look at that. articulation. And the the pivot works perfectly. But, yeah, I would say he functions as intended. Despite the fact that I do think he could have had better articulation, I see why they didn't do certain things because of some of the accessories for... You'll know. I'll show you. But, yeah, what's going on there? You got 3 little holes in his back. He comes with 2 of these little backpacks. Oh, well, sorry, my bad. So here's everything that comes with the figure. But he comes with 2 of these little backpacks. This one is just, aesthetic, just to go on there. If you articulate him back, it doesn't necessarily hinder it, but it will start to pop itself out, which I don't know if it's by design necessarily or not, but it works out. I don't know if it'll end up scratching that paint or not, so you might want to be careful with that. And then you got this one. So this is going to be your bread and butter for this figure, I would say. He comes with 4, I don't know if they're tentacles necessarily, or if they're like, what are they called, waldoes? But you know what's going on here. They just have little holes there. They peg in, and they can be taken back out. They're not like permanently in there or anything once you put them in. But I would be, they don't necessarily feel flimsy, but I would be careful with these, especially with the joints. They are kind of tight. And we will talk about these a little bit more in a second. But here is the head I like a lot more. Just like the basic Spider-Man. Let's go ahead and put that on, actually. Yeah, this head doesn't necessarily get better articulation, but I do like it a lot better. Oh. Hold up. What is going on there? It does not want to turn. I almost feel like I'm about to break the joint or something. I feel compelled to pull it off again and just check. I guess it's just really tight. Yeah, bro does not want to turn his head. But just to show you, it gets about the same amount of range. Nothing really different about the articulation with this head. But also, just to come back to it, he doesn't really get any head tilt either. But he comes with these very well painted web flipping hands. I like the undertone. And then you get these really cool ones. There's like claw hands. I guess I don't know if they're supposed to be like for fighting or if they're just kind of expressive, but they do look really, really cool. But, yeah, I'll set him back here. So, actually, just grab one of them. I don't really know if I like the way these are designed. Maybe it's on purpose to help them stay sturdy, but they kind of, the way they're oriented to bend, they don't really bend, and they go out this way, but perhaps I'm not creative, but maybe they're supposed to, I don't know. Like, I really just don't know. I feel awky about these. That joint's already loosening up there, by the way. I'm hoping once you got all 4 of them, it kind of works out, but I guess we'll find out. But, let's go ahead and get some scaling on him. Here he is with the 80 years Deadpool. I think they look good together. I'm pretty sure Deadpool should be taller, so I don't know who has the bad scaling. I want to say the Deadpool's actually on the shorter side, but who knows? Here he is with Scarlet Spider, who I can't stop glazing. The only bad thing I personally think about this figure is just that he's too tall. Besides that, amazing. Here he is with Frogman, because I feel like Spider-Man and Frogman kind of interact in the comics. I don't know if these two specifically ever have, but it felt right. He is with Luke Cage. I'm pretty sure, not that Spider-Man specifically, but Spider-Man and Luke Cage have had some interactions, and like, Luke Cage hypothetically is stronger, but Spider-Man has put paws on this man. And here he is with Big Boy Scar. He's probably going to be one of my go-to, like, bigger figure comparisons just because he's dope. Why else? Why not? Yeah, I'm sorry. I am maybe rushing a little bit, but these are not cool for the purpose of standing him up like this. It just doesn't really work. Like, this is fudging it. They're not strong enough to hold him. And I feel like that was kind of a thing they tried to, I don't think Marvel Legends necessarily outright said it, but I feel like when they were doing the promos and stuff, like, they were heavily implying that, like, this was possible. It's not a thing. It's just not. Outside that, he does look really good, and I'm sure they're fun to mess with, like, doing other stuff with him. Just, this is not realistic. You can already kind of see him. I think he's slowly falling down. I'm not sure. Yeah, I am also willing to admit that maybe I'm just not very good at doing this. Now it's a little better. I do kind of like how I got him, like, looking like a straight up spider almost. Like the way they're all out there, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not overall saying the figure's bad, like, minus the arms. Oh my god, he is awesome. But that's kind of the whole draw of him, is that he comes with these, and I don't know. I've heard the Marvel Legends Iron Spider also does not hold with the waldoes, and it's just, I don't know. I feel like Marvel Legends could do better, and they just choose not to, but it is what it is. He's a cool figure. I don't regret getting him. Even if they break or whatever, he's still going to look dope, even with just a regular backpack, and he comes with another head and 3 sets of hands. Like, I'm not that mad about it, but it definitely gets some good poses out of him, for sure. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helps you decide whether or not you want to get him, because, again, if you're getting him for those legs, don't be expecting them to hold him up, at least easily. You can get it to work, but it's not going to be fun, at least in my opinion. Be careful. One of these pegs on here was really tight, and I didn't break it, but it got really gummy, and, like, I was afraid I was going to rip it. But it's still on there. Once you put these in there, I wouldn't recommend trying to take them back out either. But, yeah, I think that'll be it, and I hope you guys enjoyed.